Communication is one of the most powerful skills you will ever develop. It shapes your relationships, your career, your influence, and even the way you see yourself. Yet, for many people, communication feels stressful, awkward, or intimidating. You may overthink your words. You may worry about being judged. You may replay conversations in your head, wishing you had said something differently. The good news is this: confident communication is not a personality trait. It is a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. In this guide, you'll discover how to communicate with confidence and ease, not by pretending to be someone else, but by becoming more comfortable being yourself. You'll learn practical strategies, mindset shifts, and simple techniques that you can apply immediately in everyday conversations, meetings, presentations, and social situations. Let's begin. 1. Understand what confidence really is. Most people misunderstand confidence. They think it means being loud, dominant, or charismatic. They imagine a person who always knows what to say and never feels nervous. But real confidence is much simpler than that. Confidence is the willingness to express yourself without excessive fear of judgment. It does not mean you never feel nervous. It means you speak even when you do. It does not mean you are perfect with words. It means you trust that you can handle the moment. Confidence is not about impressing others. It's about being grounded in yourself. When you shift your definition of confidence from performing perfectly to showing up authentically, communication immediately becomes easier. You stop trying to control every impression and start focusing on connection. And connection is the real goal of communication. 2. Shift from performance to presence. One of the biggest obstacles to confident communication is the feeling that you are on stage. You may feel like you are being evaluated, judged, or scored. That internal pressure creates tension, which makes your voice shake, your mind go blank, and your body stiffen. The solution is not to become more impressive, it's to become more present. When you are fully present in a conversation, your attention is not trapped in your own head. Instead of thinking, "Do I sound smart? What should I say next? Do they like me?" you begin thinking, "What is this person really saying? What matters in this moment? How can I contribute meaningfully?" Presence shifts the focus outward, and when your focus shifts outward, anxiety decreases. To practice presence, make eye contact naturally. Listen to understand, not to respond. Notice your breathing. Pay attention to tone and emotion, not just words. The more present you are, the more natural your responses become. Communication becomes less about managing yourself and more about engaging with others. 3. Calm your body to calm your voice. Confidence is not only mental, it is physical. When you feel anxious, your body enters a stress response. Your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes shallow, your muscles tighten. Your voice may become higher or weaker. If you try to think your way out of this state, it often doesn't work. Instead, start with your body. Before an important conversation, meeting, or presentation, take 1 or 2 minutes to regulate your breathing. Try this simple technique. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Then exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat 5 times. Longer exhales signal safety to your nervous system. Your body begins to relax. Your voice becomes steadier. Also, check your posture. Stand or sit upright. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Place your feet firmly on the ground. Your posture affects your psychology. When your body feels stable, your mind follows. Communication with confidence begins with physical ease. 4. Slow down your speech. Many people speak too quickly when they are nervous. They rush through sentences, hoping to get it over with. Ironically, this creates more anxiety and makes it harder for others to follow. Speaking slowly is one of the simplest ways to sound more confident. When you slow down, your voice becomes clearer, your words carry more weight, you appear more thoughtful. You give yourself time to think. Silence is not your enemy. A brief pause can actually increase your authority. After making a point, pause. Let your words settle. Allow others to process what you've said. Confident communicators are comfortable with space. They do not feel the need to fill every second with sound. If you struggle with this, practice reading aloud and deliberately slowing your pace. Record yourself and listen. You may be surprised how much more composed you sound when you give your words room to breathe. 5. Strengthen your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself shapes the way you talk to others. If your inner voice says, "I'm bad at speaking, I always mess up, people won't take me seriously," then your communication will reflect that doubt. Confidence grows when your inner dialogue becomes supportive rather than critical. Before a conversation, try telling yourself, "I don't need to be perfect. I can handle this. My perspective has value." This is not about blind positivity, it's about fairness. Most people are much harsher on themselves than they would ever be on a friend. Notice when your self-talk becomes extreme or absolute. Replace "I always fail" with "sometimes I struggle, but I'm improving." Over time, this shift in internal language changes your emotional state and your external communication. 6. Prepare, but don't over-prepare. Preparation builds confidence. When you understand your topic, know your key points, or anticipate possible questions, you feel more secure. However, over-preparation can create rigidity. If you memorize every word, you may panic when something unexpected happens. The key is structured flexibility. Instead of memorizing sentences, organize your thoughts into main points. For example, what is the core message? What are 2 or 3 supporting ideas? What example can you share? Think in bullet points, not scripts. This allows you to adapt naturally while staying grounded in your message. In conversations, preparation might mean thinking about your intention, clarifying what outcome you want, considering the other person's perspective. Prepared communicators feel steady. Over-scripted communicators feel tense. Aim for clarity, not perfection. 7. Active listening. Confidence is not only about speaking well, it's about listening well. When you truly listen, you reduce pressure on yourself. You are no longer scrambling to impress, you are building understanding. Active listening includes maintaining comfortable eye contact, nodding or giving small verbal acknowledgments, paraphrasing what you heard, and asking thoughtful follow-up questions. For example, "So what you're saying is that the deadline feels unrealistic." This shows engagement and respect. When people feel heard, they respond more openly. The conversation becomes collaborative rather than competitive. Ironically, strong listeners are often perceived as strong communicators, even if they speak less. Confidence includes the ability to share space. 8. Embrace imperfection. Many communication fears come from perfectionism. You may think, "If I make a mistake, they'll think I'm incompetent. If I pause, they'll think I don't know what I'm doing." In reality, small imperfections make you human. Everyone stumbles over words sometimes. Everyone forgets a point. Everyone experiences awkward moments. The difference between confident and insecure communicators is not the absence of mistakes, it's their reaction to them. If you misspeak, simply correct yourself calmly. Let me rephrase that. If you forget something, "I just lost my train of thought. Give me a second." When you respond calmly, others follow your lead. Most people are far more forgiving than you imagine. Confidence grows when you stop fearing small errors and start trusting your ability to recover. 9. Develop a strong vocal presence. Your voice carries emotion, intention, and authority. To communicate with confidence, vary your tone.
Emphasize key words. Avoid speaking in a monotone. Project clearly without shouting. One helpful technique is diaphragmatic breathing. When you breathe deeply into your abdomen instead of shallowly into your chest, your voice becomes fuller and more grounded. Practice speaking from your core rather than your throat. You can also record short practice speeches and listen back. Notice, do you sound rushed? Do you end sentences with uncertainty? Is your volume consistent? Small adjustments can make a big difference. A confident voice is steady, clear, and intentional.
10. Use body language to support your message. Communication is not just verbal. Your body speaks too. Confident body language includes open posture, relaxed shoulders, steady but natural gestures, balanced eye contact, minimal fidgeting. Avoid crossing your arms tightly, looking down constantly, or shrinking into yourself. If you feel nervous, plant your feet firmly and distribute your weight evenly. This creates physical stability. Use gestures to emphasize key points, but keep them natural. When your body and words align, your message becomes stronger. 11. Reframe nervousness as energy. Even experienced speakers feel nervous. The difference is interpretation. Instead of thinking, "I'm anxious, this is bad," try thinking, "I'm energized, this means I care." Physiologically, excitement and anxiety are similar. Your heart rate increases, your body becomes alert. The meaning you assign determines how you experience it. Before speaking, tell yourself, "This energy will help me focus." This subtle shift reduces resistance and transforms nervousness into performance fuel. 12. Ask better questions. Confident communicators don't dominate conversations, they guide them. Asking open-ended questions creates flow. What led you to that conclusion? How did that experience shape your decision? What's most important to you about this? Good questions show curiosity. They reduce pressure on you to carry the entire interaction. When conversations stall, instead of panicking, ask something thoughtful. Questions build connection, and connection builds confidence. 13. Handle difficult conversations calmly. Confidence is most visible during tension. When disagreements arise, lower your voice instead of raising it. Focus on facts, not personal attacks. Use I statements instead of you accusations. For example, "I feel concerned about the timeline," instead of "you're always late." Pause before responding. A few seconds of silence can prevent escalation. If emotions rise, acknowledge them. "I can see this is frustrating." Calm communication in difficult moments builds respect. True confidence is not loud, it is steady. 14. Expand your comfort zone gradually. Confidence grows through exposure. If public speaking terrifies you, don't begin with a large audience. Start small. Share your opinion in a meeting. Volunteer to introduce someone. Practice speaking in a small group. Each positive experience builds evidence. "I can do this." Avoidance strengthens fear. Action weakens it. Set small communication challenges each week. Track your progress. Celebrate small wins. Confidence compounds over time. 15. Focus on value, not approval. When you communicate, ask yourself, "How can I add value?" instead of, "Do they like me?" When your goal shifts to contribution, self-consciousness decreases. Maybe you're sharing information. Maybe you're offering encouragement. Maybe you're asking a clarifying question. Maybe you're presenting a solution. Value-driven communication feels purposeful. Approval-driven communication feels anxious. Choose contribution over validation. 16. Practice storytelling. Stories are powerful communication tools. Instead of presenting only facts, Add short examples or personal experiences. Stories capture attention, make ideas memorable, create emotional connection. A simple storytelling structure: set the scene, describe the challenge, share the lesson. Keep it concise, keep it relevant. When you tell stories naturally, your communication becomes engaging and confident. 17. Accept that not everyone will agree. No matter how well you speak, not everyone will resonate with you, and that's okay. Confidence includes accepting diversity of opinion. If someone disagrees, it does not mean you failed. It means perspectives differ. Detach your self-worth from universal approval. When you stop trying to win everyone over, your communication becomes more authentic and relaxed. 20. Practice daily communication habits. Confidence is not built only in big moments. It is built daily. Practice greeting people warmly, making brief eye contact, speaking clearly when ordering food, expressing gratitude directly, sharing small opinions. These micro-practices strengthen your communication muscles. Small, consistent actions create large transformations. Final thoughts. Confidence is a skill, not a gift. Communicating with confidence and ease is not reserved for a select few. It is not about personality type, background, or natural charisma. It is about managing your internal dialogue, regulating your body, practicing presence, speaking with intention, accepting imperfection, expanding your comfort zone gradually. Confidence grows when you act despite fear. Ease grows when you release the need to be perfect. Every conversation is an opportunity to practice. Every interaction is a chance to improve. Every moment of courage strengthens your voice. You do not need to become someone else to communicate confidently. You only need to trust that your voice deserves to be heard. And the more you speak with clarity, authenticity, and intention, the more natural confidence will feel. Start small. Stay consistent. Be patient with yourself. Confidence is not a destination. It is a practice, and you can begin right now.